What is going on, guys? Thank you for joining us. It's another episode of From Zero to Hero. Now, you join us on the home screen. You can actually see the league table there. It is going fantastic. Today we're going to just have a look through my tactics and my training, just because I had some really nice comments on some of the old video on the previous videos, so really appreciate it. But somebody asked how I concede so few goals. My first thought was to do a tactics video specific, but it's not really going to take that long to talk through, guys, because I don't feel I do anything special. I mean, you'll see here, we've played 8 games in the league. We've scored 10, conceded 3. So in 8 games, only conceded 3, which is something to be proud of, I think. So I'm going to, first off, I'm just going to go through the squad, the fixtures, etc. Then we'll have a look at my tactics and stuff. So we'll start with the schedule, since you were last with us. So, obviously we were here for Nesorden. We then travelled away to Kristiansand and beat them 1-0. Before home game to Tromsødalen and beat them 3-0. Really happy with that. Then we had the second round of the Cup, and we did get drawn against the low league side, Otterstad. We beat them 4-2, so we conceded 2 goals. So disappointing. They were both in the last 10 minutes as well. Then we followed that up with 2 really disappointing 1-1 draws. Both games we should have won, but if somebody offered me second place in the league table before the season started, I'd have snapped their hands off after 8 games. We are the only team unbeaten, so definitely something to be proud of so far. Won 4, drew 4, 3 points off top. We are sitting in a automatic promotion place, I think. I think it's 2 teams go up, 3 teams go up, let's check. Top 2 teams win promotion to the Tippeligaen. Teams placed 3 to 6 qualify for promotion playoffs. So yeah, it is fantastic news that we're in an automatic promotion after 8 games. And you would actually see Brina, one of our local teams, is in the relegation zone in the top flight. Some other news for you is that we are now back in our stadium. 3,120 seated now, which is fantastic. Great news. Good to be playing in Egerton again instead of travelling up to Stavanger for every game. So we'll jump into the squad, see who's been playing well so far this season. So goals wise, Espen has played 5 as a start, 3 as sub, so 8 appearances, 8 goals. Then after that it's down to 2, 2 and 2, so we definitely need another goal scorer in the team. One of our attack midfielders needs to step up and start scoring more goals. Assists wise, Salverson has 4, Diaz with 3, and then a fair few players with 1. Key passes, Zagukas is up there at 36, and after that's 14 for Salvers. Diaz with 13. Interceptions, 125 for Ferrington, and then we have Rojan with 102. Average rating, it's pretty obvious who's going to be Espen. With 8 goals in 8 games, he's definitely going to be up there. Diaz is up there with 7.30, and as you see, he's actually potentially going to be a 5-star player now. His stats have not gone up really. I mean, they've actually all gone down, yet he's playing so well. I mean, he's now played 58 games for us, and he's just fantastic. I mean, genuinely is just playing fantastic. Just quickly, most valuable player in the squad is our keeper, Vinigland, at 16.5k. So, onto my tactics, guys. I don't really have a set plan how I'm going to talk you through why I concede so little. It happens in most of my games, most of my saves, sorry. I'm normally quite sure defensive, so no matter what formation I play for starters, I always have my goalkeeper distributing the fullbacks. Now obviously that's a way of starting play, but it's also a way of defending, because if your goalkeeper's constantly kicking the ball far, you'll find quite a lot of the time, maybe 50-60%, he would actually give the ball away, which then means the opposition's attacking you 50-60% more than they would if you distribute to the fullbacks or the centre backs, for example. But just short passing, get out to the fullbacks. Then I have my fullbacks to run wide with the ball. Again, very, very simple, and just they get in the ball, so the first instinct, get wide and obviously get it further away from the goal basically, and kind of spread the play. In this formation I have my 2 box-to-box players as passes shorter, move into the channels and run wide with the ball, which then means they're obviously spreading it to form a from wide midfielders when I have the ball. My centre midfielder is told to pass shorter. Nothing for the playmaker, just natural playmaker, and nothing for the attacking midfielder, again just natural, and nothing for the striker, again just all natural. I start with a standard and flexible. Sometimes I will change it to structured and counter depending on the situation. And then this is the base of all of my tactics. This is literally, no matter what tactic, this will be the base. Be more disciplined, prevent goalkeeper disputes to the closing down the attacker, close down more, shorter passing, and run at defence. The run at defence stops all of the panic clearances from your midfield, not from the defence. Your midfield, when they get the ball, will quite often just boot it up to the striker, no matter what instructions you give them. But run at defence cuts out a lot of that, and they will run with the ball more than if they're not told to do that. So I find that one useful, and I will quite often go into retain, work ball in box and play out defence if I'm trying to dominate stats. For example, I will just show you the team stats. I've not actually checked these yet. Average possession. Okay, so as you see, we actually top in that. And a lot of that will be because during games I'll actually stick work ball in the box, play out defence, retain possession, etc. So we are the most dominant team in the league possession-wise. So it's good to see because it shows that we're playing good football and we're holding on to the ball. But one of the key things to why I'm not conceding a lot of goals is my training. I do have a few players on individual training, just depending on if they seriously need to improve, basically. But my team training, you'll see at the minute on fitness and then defensive on match day. Now the main reason behind that is because I'm semi-pro, you'll see, look at how many days are unavailable. There's literally not much time to train. So I want my players training defensively as much as I can, because if I am a professional side, I will always have my main focus as defensive on average, and then my match day is attacking. So you will find all week they are training defensive training. Then when it comes to the match day, they train attacking. So they're getting a balance of defending and attacking. But for the whole week, the main focus is on defensive training, which then means my team becomes so solid. In a post on the website on footballmanagercentral.com, I did a post about creating a tactic, and I spoke about all tactics should start from the back. And it kind of just makes sense because every game I go into the game playing for a point, and then once the team settles into the game, I will then look for the victory. But I'm not going to go into a game throwing everybody forward to find out that I've been caught out and we end up losing the match. So I do hope that's explained it. I've just kind of tried to explain it on the fly type thing. I didn't want to do a video just to explain it because I don't know. I don't want to start telling people exactly how to do something, because you do find then a lot of people will comment saying, "Oh, it didn't work. Your method isn't correct, or your method doesn't work." No methods are correct and no methods are wrong. So I always tell people just to stick with what you're doing and alter the odd thing. Running Football Manager Central, a lot of people come on our Facebook groups. Obviously, we've got over 3,000 members on there. A lot of people message me asking for tactical advice, and a lot of the time they will ask me to create a tactic for them. All the time I always say no. I will not do that. I will look at your team, I will look at your tactics, and I will give my advice. But my advice is not gospel. There's nobody's advice is gospel. So I will give my opinion on how I think it could be changed. But if you then disagree, we will then discuss the best way to move your tactic forward. But at the end of the day, it's your tactic, not mine. I'm not playing as that team, which means I can't judge how they perform in every single game to then tell you how to set the tactic up, because one instruction might work for one team, it might not work for another team. So just have faith in what you're doing and just alter the odd little thing now and again and just see if it helps. But we're going to get into today's game. This is nice. We set for a season of struggle. We're unbeaten. Brilliant. But also somebody actually commented saying, why don't I show my team talks? So I'm going to cancel doing the ball opening before the game, the little feature I've stuck in, and I'm just going to talk as I set up the team ready for the fixture. So just make sure everybody is fit, make sure there's no one just come back from injury. No, and 86%. So Glopstad will get a game. Okay, come on. So let's get into today's match. Hopefully we can get a victory at home to Hood, who were in Europe only a couple of years ago, after reaching the cup final. You did see, by the way, that we went through in the cup. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. We've been drawn against a low league side again in the third round, so we've got a massive chance of getting far in the cup. But I'm probably not going to stream that match because, as I said, it's a low league side. It's not going to interest people as much as playing the bigger teams in the league. So after this, we'll have a look to see when we're going to come back. So we've been on a good run, so come on. And then I have faith. Assertive. Go out there and make the difference. I want the midfield to... I want to kind of get on the midfield and the attackers back. I don't want to just kind of be passionate to them. I want to be assertive. So come on, let's get this underway. And we are the only team playing, so we can go joint top with the victory. Hood are right down there in 15th. I'm sorry, in 14th, which is strange to see. They're such a great side. Hood actually are based. They're not that far from Malden. They actually have a few former Malden players play for them, so it's quite surprising to see them so far down. Free kick here. Come on, let's see if we can get something good. Diaz to... Yeah, Espen with his 9th. Is he off? He's not offside. Get in. What I would say as well, guys, is set piece wise, again, footballmanagercentral.com, I did a set piece guide post. If you just go onto the general Football Manager on the menu at the top and into the guides and go through the guides, there's a lot of guides which I've done over time, and there's a set piece guide which got a fan site Friday from Sports Interactive. That's how I set up my set pieces if you need to know and see exactly what I do. But then again, it's exactly what I said about being different for every team. Because if you've got a Peter Crouch style person, you're obviously going to play to his benefit. Oh, Glopstad just stopped the counter attack there. Come on, let's see if we can get a victory. 1-0 up, which is fantastic. This season has gone better than I ever expected. But look at that there, guys. Prime example. I'm going to pause it. Wow, hey, that's quite impressive. Exactly 30 minutes I paused it. Going to bring the stats up and on the split screen. So we've had nine shots there, one clear good chance. Look at this, possession 65%. And then I will go on to Egerson stats. This is the screen which you really do need to check. So our goalkeeper's had the ball 4 times and he's completed 4 passes, so he's never gave the ball away, which then means they're not going to be able to counter us. Our fullbacks have had 18 times, only completed 15 passes, 16 completed 12. Then look at the midfield. Because they all told the pass is shorter. 19, 18, 23, 16, 18, 14, 35, 30, 19, 13, 7, 6. Because of the way the team is set up, the way they told the pass, the formation, the fact everybody's... Oh, sorry about that. The way everyone's nicely tucked together in the middle, and yet they're still offering width. It's such a solid way to line up, and you've got to adjust it to how you play. If you have 3 attackers and they're all quite tall guys, you're going to be playing Route 1. You're going to be getting it up to them for them to knock it down, and then you're going to have maybe an attacking midfielder running onto that ball. But I'll try to focus on this game more. Oh, 2-0. As I say it, Glopstad gets a goal. That is 2-0 to Egerson over Hood. But I do hope I've tried to explain stuff and it has helped a little bit. But like I said, I don't want to preach to you guys, because at the end of the day, everybody plays Football Manager differently, and I don't want to be telling you how to do something. and my mouse is going flat, which is fantastic. So battery change after this episode. Right, so we're 2-0 up at half time. Let's see, now it's just all about getting that clean sheet. So I'm just going to go to structured and counter. Go to counter now. Just to kind of solid ourselves up just a little bit for this second half. We're 2-0 up, so we don't need to be pushing for a goal at the minute. So I'd rather we were passing the ball around and just kind of getting our possession up. Because at the end of the day, somebody actually asked me a very strange question today. They said, why do you focus on possession? It's fairly simple. If I have the ball, the opposition doesn't have the ball. The longer I have the ball, the less time they have to score. It's literally so simple. I was talking to somebody the other day who was struggling to win games. And we had a look through his tactic and certain things just weren't matching. And when we spoke about it, he even said he couldn't believe how simple it was. It's just about working from the back, how you envisage your team passing the ball. And this is what I like when there's no highlight to show. It sounds stupid. If we 2-0 up, I'd rather there was no highlight because it means they're not doing anything. Which then means our control of the possession and stuff is working. Right, fantastic. That's a 2-0 victory over Hood. Can't believe we've actually done that. They're such a good side. And being back at our home stadium as well is obviously fantastic news. What was the attendance? 919 people came out to watch us. So we're getting more people at the games now. We're back at our own ground than we were in Viking Stavanger Stadium. So Eggson maintain unbeaten record, 9 matches in a row without losing, which is always nice, especially after we went so well at the start of the first season as well. So happy with that. Let's scroll down and see when we're going to come back. Okay, Sanez Ulf is the local derby. So that would be a good one, but I can't not show Valerenga because obviously they are top Norwegian side and it's such a shock they've actually come down. So sorry, I do apologise about that. Okay, I'm back. So I do think I'm going to have to jump a couple of games. So that's 4 league games and a cup game I'm going to be playing off. And I will come back for the Valerenga at home because, like I say, such a big side. I think you guys are going to enjoy watching us play against a big side like that. And could we actually get our first sellout? Are Valerenga big enough for us to sell out our stadium? I think we're just going to have to wait and find out, guys. So thank you for watching. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. I do apologise. I've kind of jumped between conversations. I've just tried to explain stuff, but also stuff has randomly popped into my head. So thank you for watching, really do appreciate it. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed it, please subscribe, and I will see you next time.